All right, Trine 4, made by Frozen Byte, which is Finnish. They're Finnish, but I didn't know they started. For those of you not familiar, Trine 4 is the fourth in a series where the first two games they're puzzle platformers, I guess. The third one was like a 3D something or other. I don't remember thinking anything about it. So I dare not say that it sucked or that I didn't like it, but you know, I don't remember it, so there you go. The music. Music's maybe my favorite thing, but the music is magical and whimsical and glorious and just, it hits exactly the Shrek notes that you want it to hit. The locations, oh gosh, the art design for this is gorgeous. One thing that I really liked about this one, the fourth one, is that they had all these gorgeous locations, but they didn't do that thing where it's like, and now we're in the sewer level, you know? What I'm saying is even the unideal locations are pretty. Spoiler alert, presumably because there's a storied reason for that, but it looks more like a dream than a nightmare, if you know what I'm saying. That's who I look like, Javier Bardem in that movie where he was a killer with the pneumatic air thing. I gotta do something with my hair. Tell me a joke or something like that. I don't know what he did. I don't remember. Coen Brothers. Never mind. Here we are again. Combat, but there's too much of it. There's too much combat in this puzzle platformer. It's interrupting in the way that in Assassin's Creed when you go to the present time story and it's like, do we have to do this again? I was having such a good time. Oh, now you gotta think very carefully and plan your moves. And it's like, that's a game. That's a game. I don't think it's fun. The puzzles are on point, and I can say confidently and nerdily, and I don't care what anyone thinks. The puzzles are so great. The world feels big, and it's obviously pretty linear, and you're going to the right, just like all classic platforms, but you go into just little sections where it's like you have to do a puzzle to figure your way out of this section, and at least they give the appearance that there are so many ways to do it. So your creativity is constantly being challenged, and you have the three main characters that are the wizard that's like, Artemis, Atreus. He makes really cool like gadgets and stuff. Agamemnon, Artemis, if you can make boxes, which I know sounds boring, but the boxes are sweet. And he has balls. Shut up. Then you got Pontius, which is the knight. He fights, and if the play styles were distinct to the characters, then he'd be my least favorite. He's kind of a, I'd kind of like the stupid one, eh? But he's funny, he's fun. He's got a big heart. But yeah, he fights. He swings his sword. Somebody's got to, right? And then Zoya, which is a cool name, and her gameplay is fun too because she's got bow and arrow, which is it's neat that you can do that with just the control stick from Horizon, remember that? And the grapple, which is super fun. And I don't want to spoil anything because the longer you progress into the game, the more gadgets you get and the more stuff you can do with them. And it's just, if you can't tell, I like playing it. I like the world, I like the sound, I like the music, I like the characters. Combat sucks. I miss being able to draw with the Wii U screen. Speaking of, that Wii U gamepad doesn't get enough respect. The thing about the Wii U gamepad, it was ergonomic. It's so light, like croissant, or this wooden coffee mug, a kuksa made in Finland, or China or wherever. The screen sucks, and you have to be within the same room, a small to medium-sized room, to use it. However, gosh, it just felt so great to play. And the great advantage in playing the old Trine games is you could just draw the wizard's boxes. Artaxerxes Arnoldson, whatever his name is. Pontius, Zoya, and Amadeus. Amadeus. I don't know what that's from, but I've heard of it. Gamepad's great. Jane the Virgin, Pushing Daisies, Arrested Development, Trine. What do they have in common? Wonderful narration. I'm a fan of good narration. I still look like Javier Bardem as a murderer. The key is great timbre.
Once upon a time, here was the problem.
And a sense of humor, a comfort, if you will. Because at the end of the day, it is about storytelling. And if that story happens in a Shrekish world with 3 memorable characters that are pretty much somehow morphed into the same person, that's what the Trine is, man. We're all a Trine, you know? Or whatever. So yeah, go check out Trine 4. And if you haven't, try the first 2 and also 3. Because they are little, wonderful. It's like a restaurant that's a hole in the wall, and everybody always talks about how good the food is there, and then you go in and you're like, wow, this food is really good, only instead of the hole in the wall that looks like junk and has good food, this hole in the wall looks great and has great food. And this metaphor is so just, it's fun. I liked it. Bye.